Hey listeners, welcome to The Very Podcast, a podcast full of comedy, LGBTQ+, motivation, liquor and bartending, and so much more. Brought to you by Ryan ZR and Harry. To be a guest on the podcast, all you have to do is go to youtube.com/@theverypodcast, then visit the channel's About tab and you'll find the Discord server link there. You can catch the podcast live on Sundays at 2:30 p.m. MGT or listen on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music on Mondays. Now kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. Bottoms up!
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Very Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan ZR, and I'm joined here by my co-host, as usual, Harry. How are you, man?
As usual, I'm fine.
So today we got a bit of a loaded list-ish with a very short period of time. We got 45 minutes to do this shit, so yeah. So I'll let Harry go first since... Oh, wait, first off, hang on. Let's address the elephant in the room. It is Super Bowl Sunday. Let me know in the chat, or if you're watching this after the fact, comment down below, whatever, if the Chiefs are going to win or the Eagles are going to win. Anyway, with the short period of time that we have, go ahead, Harry. He's going to talk about Nintendo.
Nintendo. I assume most, for those who even are aware of Nintendo, I assume most people know by now that, the eShop for 3DS and Wii U are closing on the 27th of March this year because Nintendo are anti-conservation. I keep forgetting conservation. I don't know. Basically, just basically against keeping classic games around. I don't know. That's like about it.
That's a bit weird.
Anti-conservationists. Yeah. Well, they don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I don't know why that's a thing.
I mean, they do have them on their subscriptions, so pay yearly or monthly, and you'll get them. Well, some of them, not all of them. I mean, they're adding more as time goes on. But yeah, it's just like, okay, I didn't buy a whole lot on it, but now that it's closing. And games are going to be a lot harder to buy. I've now considered going onto the eShop and started buying all I can. But right. They've made as you probably know, they've been making everything so complicated. So I had to buy an eShop card, which was, I'm not going to say how much, but it was a big chunk, not huge, but So I bought an eShop card from the well-known Irish and UK toy store Smiths, and when you order online, they give you an eShop, they give you a code within minutes. So I went on to the 3DS, and then first I went to redeem a code. It said, sorry, it's no longer possible to redeem codes. So that's stroke one that I had. And then there was another option saying adding funds. So I went to that, entered the code. Sorry, it's no longer possible to add funds. So it's like, shit, I spent all that much just to try, it's like, because it says you're allowed to buy games before 27th. So, nearly having a fucking heart attack. I looked on the Nintendo website and it says you have to add the funds on their website to do it. And so, thank God, I did it, and no more heart attacks coming in.
I wonder why they would make you do it through the website rather than the device.
The 3DS, yeah. No, neither do I.
That's interesting.
When I looked it up, it said that by the 19th of August 2022, they were gonna stop that. So I assume they're removing more functions as time goes on, which is kind of bullshit if you ask me. But yeah, so I bought a quarter of the games I want to get so far. I still have loads of time, you know?
Right.
Like 2 months, like, that's not bad. Now you're probably asking why are Nintendo even doing this? Well, it's because the Switch has done way better than the Wii U and the 3DS combined, as far as I can see. 3DS, 76 million. Wii U, a staggering 14 million. Ouch. And then
Well,
and
14
then
million.
Switch.
Wait, isn't that good though? 14 million? I mean, that's pretty big.
Well,
Or is big
no,
bad?
no, because 3DS is 76 million.
Wait, we're talking money here, right?
No, how many copies were sold?
Oh, right. Must have missed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, like, yeah, no, so yeah, with both the 3DS and Wii U combined, that's still a little bit less. But still, over like December 2022, Switch has now has sold 994 million copies of the. Oh no, sorry, it's 80 million units and then
You're
994
good,
million copies of games.
Copies of
Okay.
games? Holy hell.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. Like, the Switch is already proving to be more successful than their previous devices. Like, okay, I mean, Wii U. There is another reason why. Huh?
Oh no, go ahead. I'll make the comment.
Another reason why the Wii flopped is because Nintendo made it hard for third-party games to come in. So, like, if you look at their library, you'll notice how the majority of them are Nintendo, Pokemon, or anything related to Nintendo. So it's like, why?
Yeah, no, I mean, well, it would make sense that the Switch has a higher statistic than the Wii U. You said
Yeah.
because like
and
anytime we would go to the store or whatever, like, and I've said this on a podcast before. I believe it was when Nick was on. It was like one of the first or second times he was on. And it was because it was around Christmas time, and I said I wanted to get my mom a Nintendo Switch because she really wanted one. But yeah, no, it makes sense though because we could not find Nintendo Switches for months because they were constantly sold out. I went to every Best Buy in town. I went online. Everything said sold out, and there was no trace of it anywhere.
I'm sure it's a different story now. Surely.
Oh, it has to be.
It has to be. I know. Well, yeah. So now, Nintendo now allows more first-party games, which is funny because they also didn't have a problem with the 3DS either.
Man, I remember the 3DS. Oh god, at the time, like because my uncle had gotten one, and I remember what. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, aren't those Pokemon pictures on there?
Yeah.
I figured.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I remember my uncle having a 3DS, and I remember thinking, man, that thing is freaking cool because like everything, like it looked like it popped out, and it was so awesome. I don't think you didn't have to have 3D glasses for that, right? I'm trying to remember.
No.
No, yeah, no, I didn't think so.
No.
It just kind of looked like it was popping out.
Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest damn thing.
It still put a strain to my eyes a bit, but it works,
yeah.
I guess.
I don't know. I don't know how they pulled that off, but but it's probably like the like those posters like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, cream. Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
it's constantly moving.
You're right. Well. Yeah, I don't know how the hell they do that. I'm sure there's because like I've felt them before. Like they feel rough almost in a way. Like if you like I don't know, it's weird. Anyway.
Yeah, no. I mean, at least with the 3DS, you can still play fucking regular DS games.
Like backwards.
Yeah,
compatible.
no. Yeah. Yeah, no. In terms of Nintendo, their business practices will always be the biggest glaring issue with them. But they at least don't have a problem with collabing with companies like Crossplay and all that. Except for one company, Sony. Yeah, Sony are pretty,
Yeah,
how can I say, anal. They're
y-
pretty anal about.
yeah.
They're
Well,
pretty,
I mean, I'm not gonna go into detail, but you had a huge ass issue with the whole Sony thing recently. I'll let you go into that if you want to. I'm just making that side comment.
yeah, no. Yeah, one thing about Sony is that, the other issue I'll say later,
Hmm.
is that they are not a fan of having crossplay with other consoles, Fortnite, Rocket League, Call of Duty Warzone, I think. Anyway, whatever crossplay games you can think of, they're doing it. They initially prevented crossplay with Minecraft for such a long time. I mean, again, it's owned by Microsoft. And their reason being is the risk of exposing Sony players to non-PSN markets, which is a nice way of saying money.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really because they just want money. I mean,
Oh,
every company does.
dude, every fucking company is wanting money. I
And
mean, everybody.
well, unlike Nintendo, Sony actually kept and still have kept up the PS3 and PS Vita store, the online store.
Oh, they still have that?
Yeah, they still have it up compared to Nintendo because so many fans were upset about it. So it shows that Sony do actually listen.
Well, that's at least a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. I like I still when I still had a PS Vita, I gave it back in. It wasn't bad. It's not the kind of console I would play every now and then, unlike this. But yeah, another issue I've had the past few days with, and apparently I'm not the only one who has a problem with this, but over and over again I've tried linking my new debit card details onto my account, and every time it would say, sorry, credit card details or card details incorrect. And I literally examined the card up close like that. I got nothing wrong. I didn't get the address wrong. Sorry, it's wrong. I was pulling my hair out the whole
Did you
time.
ever figure out what was going on?
It's Sony, not the bank.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, no. The bank is not the issue. It's Sony. It's on Sony's end. Because, like, I looked at the statement from my bank. I looked through. I went through every option from the bank's end. It's not their side. It's Sony's side.
You gonna call them tomorrow?
Who?
The customer support.
No, I did.
Oh, I thought they weren't
Oh.
open weekends.
Did I? Oh. Oh no, because I didn't call them, but like I just looked through their website. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, no, I didn't call them. I just looked through their website. I didn't call. But I mean, should I? I mean, because again, like,
I mean, if it's on
every
their
day I've looked
end, then, it's obviously not your issue, it's on them. Because, I mean, if you already put your stuff in and it wasn't going through, but it went through on every other website, then you should be good to go. And it's just on their end.
oh well. So yeah, well, the only company I've never had an issue with is Xbox.
Yeah,
Never
right.
ever. I've never had any issues with them whatsoever.
Xbox to the
How is that even
win.
possible? How is that even possible?
You know, it's funny too because when I was younger and I was an avid Xbox player, I would constantly shit on PlayStation, and I think it was more because like at the time it was like the bandwagon, if you will.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, Xbox 360 and Xbox One, they like when the consoles were actually progressing and getting better, rather than just adding to like I mean with Xbox coming up with like I mean okay I can't trash talk very much because I haven't played these consoles yet and whatever, so I'm very limited in what I could say, But yeah, no, I mean, like back then, you always looked forward to the new console because everything kept progressing, everything kept evolving, everything kept getting better.
New
And
hardware, yeah.
oh yeah, and I had some friends that went from Xbox to PlayStation, and I'm just like, you traitor. But
I mean, I've killed both.
yeah, well, I mean, dude, you're a hardcore gamer. I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Xbox 360 dominated PS3, although yeah, no, it's a fact. Like Xbox 360 was better than PS3, but then the table turned and then PS4 dominated Xbox One because from what I've heard, Xbox never changed their UI, so like it was the same as 360, whereas PS4 did actually change their UI, like their menu thing around,
hmm,
and I think hardware software wise as well. I could be wrong, but from what I remember, that's what I heard.
right.
And as of the new generation, it's still kind of the same. PS5. The Xbox is still good though. The Series S I have. Well, yeah.
I remember getting the first Xbox One, and I played it maybe a couple times, and then
No.
it just kind of collected dust, and after I put the thing back in its case,
Mhm.
and when oh god, it was what I think I was moving or getting ready to move, and I had to clear some stuff out, and I ended up giving it to Isaiah, and I don't know what he had maybe done with it since then, but yeah, I touched it. Like I remember I wanted it super badly, but then I played it maybe a couple times.
Mm.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like I don't know, like something about the controller to me just was not the same as the 360.
Yeah, I mean, I still prefer the Xbox One controller though because the 360, even when I had it the first time, always felt a bit finicky for me.
Dude, I remember having a sleeve for my controller. I loved that damn thing. Like I was super productive over it too. Once I claimed the controller that I had. Anytime like my sister or whoever would try to play with me, I'm like my hands were always on the one that had the sleeve on it. Like that was my controller.
Yeah, one more thing I'll say about the consoles in general. So while PS5, Xbox, or sorry, PlayStation and Xbox, they're all great consoles, great hardware, so on and so forth. While Nintendo are a small bit behind, now I'm not gonna give a shit about the hardware on Switch, but I think Nintendo will always make the most nostalgic consoles, like, hardware wise, software wise, like the music and everything they have in it. It's gonna stay in there forever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Man, the good old days. When it was just school, you'd have summer break, and you didn't have shit to do any day unless your family had something planned, and you could just wake up, go to your console, and play day in and day out.
Have you heard of Street Pass
Street
for
Pass.
3DS?
Oh no.
No, okay, so basically you have your 3DS in sleep mode, you walk around, and then if so let's say I'm walking along and then there's someone else walking along, if they're and as long as your 3DS is left in rest mode, they'll link or like contact each other, and then when you go to Street Pass, it'll show that someone has walked by you, like when you measure on me, of course, like the avatar,
Right, yeah.
and then you can collect puzzles and hang out and all that stuff. It was a cool thing. Well, I imagine in this day and age, there's almost no one doing it aside from me. So
Oh yeah, probably not. It's one of the
even
dead
if
things.
even if it's a dead thing, I'm sure that there are some people here that still do it.
Man, that's like Mindplex. It had its prime time, but now it's just a ghost town. Like their player limit to get into a game was like 24 people. Now it's down to 16. because of how small the quantity of players that are on there nowadays.
But yeah.
So now we're gonna dive into something that Harry normally would bring up, but this time I'm actually getting into it because like I saw this thing. I first saw it on Facebook. Tim Allen had posted with his official account. "See you soon, Woody. You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity." And off we go to a number 5 to Infinity Beyond. Toy Story 5. Okay, first off, let's... Oh, God. Okay, there's so much to with this shit. Alright, so... Like, I'm a huge Toy Story fan. Always have been. I grew up with it. I loved it. I had multiples of each of those different toys. I either lost them or I broke them by accident. I always had a replacement. And, like, okay, so... God, I don't even know where to start with this shit. They should have just ended it at Toy Story 3. That was like the perfect fucking ending.
I always felt that way too.
I mean, so long, partner. Like, that was the perfect line from Woody to end that thing. That was
97% for Toy Story 4. No fucking way.
I mean, Toy Story 4, like, okay, and I was just about to get to that too. Like, Toy Story 4, it was a bit of a stretch, but it was, like, barely acceptable, but it was okay. But Toy Story 5, really? We barely needed Toy Story 4. The only reason why we got Toy Story 4, because, what's that dude's name? Is it the director? Bob Iger? Is that the director of Toy Story? I forget.
No, it's Josh Cooley. Josh Cooley.
I thought it was John Lasseter.
No, he goes 1, 2, and then some Spanish American guy. Hold on, sorry. I know his name. How did I forget? Look, Josh Cooley did Toy Story 4.
Oh.
Because of I wish I didn't have brain talk, but there were allegations about John Lasseter.
And of course, there fucking is.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a famous person, there's always something. I swear.
Leon Crick. That's it. Leon Crick. Yeah, he did Toy Story 3, and also did Coco.
Because okay, dude, that's another thing I'm gonna bring up after this. Like, just I don't know, Disney's just not the fucking same.
So like, while he still has some creative involvement, John Lasseter, while he has some involvement every now and then, he's not like with them anymore. If that makes sense.
Right.
Because he's now just the president of Skydance Animation now.
Ah. But yeah, no, like, I mean, Toy Story 4, like, the graphics of that are
great.
Oh yeah, they're immensely incredible. But like, it wasn't needed at all. Toy Story 3 was like the perfect
ending. Yeah,
it was like it was the beautiful period to the sentence, and you know, like Toy Story 5. Why do we need this? I mean, the reason I guess Toy Story 4 happened is because they were like, it was around the time Infinity Ward came out, and they're like, we were inspired by Infinity Ward to make Toy Story 4. So I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess, you know, sometimes you get creative ideas when shit happens. I mean, I know I get it all the damn time, but yeah, Toy Story 5. Dude, Twitter, like well, not just Twitter, but the entire internet is pissed about this.
Yeah.
But I mean,
because of their pure passion for a series and that the film will be a love story.
Right.
I didn't really see any love during that whole thing, but.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I guess you could say.
Dude, the whole thing with Bo Peep and Woody was like.
Yeah. Well.
That was supposed to be the whole message of it.
Again, like, the execution of a film matters as well.
Oh,
much.
yeah.
And I just did not feel this at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I feel like they were grasping at straws when they had Wait, no, hang on, because that can be interpreted differently. I feel like the whole Key and Peele thing was just to have like some sort of backbone in case nobody was feeling the chemistry with the movie. So
you know, like,
oh, go ahead.
Like with Stranger Things, like the story could be great, but if the execution's bad, how did you feel for any characters?
Right. Speaking of which, I watched Wednesday. I watched the entire season. I cannot wait for season 2.
Okay.
My favorite character out of that whole thing is Thing. The hand. I love that damn thing.
What's her name?
Yeah, no. But yeah, no, so like, okay, here's my problem overall with the whole Toy Story thing. So Toy Story 5, it doesn't need to happen, but it's going to because it's a money thing. It's gotta be the only reason. It has to be. But okay, let's think of these toys in terms of people really quick. Now, okay. Let's go through all the negative things about like the negative like backstories of these films individually. So Toy Story 1, Woody gets replaced by Buzz, somebody who he feels is more superior than him and feels threatened because he was ultimately the favorite all the time. So he was an egotistical dude, but didn't realize it because he was a natural leader. Holy fuck, I'm talking about the United States. Oh my god. But anyways, yeah, so Toy Story 1, dealing with somebody that you feel is replacing you. So, yeah, you're going to get pissed off about that. But then they end up becoming friends, which, okay, I get that. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. Toy Story 2, this is a sad one. Because Jessie deals with abandonment issues. Like, yeah, okay, I get that's rough. That is. And then Toy Story 3, you have neglect because Andy hasn't touched those damn toys in years and he's getting ready to go to college and those toys were just sitting in their chest forever. So I get, that's a poor feeling as well. And then now Toy Story 4, heartbreak. How much more can these fucking toys take? Like,
there's an article here saying 5 reasons why it's happening.
What, Toy Story 5?
Yeah, why it's happening.
Alright.
5 reasons. 5 reasons for Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5 is a guaranteed hit for Pixar. Maybe it might. I mean, you can make a film of a love franchise and it could still make money. Like, look at Star Wars. Pixar failed to expand the Toy Story franchise, so they're making another one. They think. Toy Story 5 helps keep Pixar's future theatrical run over streaming. Oh, okay. Toy Story 5 has now more of a story to tell after Lightyear.
That's another thing.
Toy Story 5 won't curse the franchise's 2 perfect endings from 3 and 4.
Yeah, so, and it's a good thing you brought up the whole, what the fuck, no, get off my desk, what are you doing? Okay, like, I've also been hearing about the whole Lightyear movie. I watched it, I thought it was great, but some people are saying, or they're, theorizing that they're making Toy Story 5 to make up for the financial loss that they took from making Lightyear. Because that movie, I guess, flopped. Yeah, I don't know.
No,
that's what I.
No,
that's what
that couldn't. No, that couldn't be a reason. Surely, if a film flopped, they will stop doing it. Because normally, if a film flops, they wouldn't make another one. That's normally what happens. Well, sure. Anyway, look.
And that's it for the movie updates. Now on to video games again, but. You've been streaming this one, Harry.
Yeah, streamed one. Yeah, did one stream of it. Yeah.
Hogwarts
Which was fun.
Legacy. Now, I do have here a TikTok that I actually sent you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share. I'm sharing my screen. I'm gonna play it on here. So, here we go. It's 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
J.K. Rowling haters have made it their mission to shame anyone who is playing Hogwarts Legacy because their boycott efforts did not work, and so now they are literally latching on to different streamers and different random people online who are posting about how they like the game, how they're having so much fun. They literally created an entire website to track whether somebody on Twitch has played the game. Have they streamed that wizard game? And you type in the person's name and it pulls it up.
I remember that.
It has been shut down. Here it is. It now says it has been removed by the owner. It only lasted for like a day because people were so upset about it. But the fact that that even existed is wild. Somebody replied and said, "That game that shall not be named."
We do not speak his name.
Another commenter said, "I remember the good old days when nobody gave a crap on the internet whenever they were called anything. Nowadays, coughing could make you guilty of something, literally." But the targeting and bullying did not just stop with that website. People in Twitch chats are berating streamers who play this game. One big Twitch channel called Girlfriend Reviews, they were playing the game last night, and the chat was so awful that the girl, Shelby, left the room in tears because of what people on the internet were saying.
I'm almost like thinking of just like either going offline or like I'm barely into the second combat here, and every time I look at chat, it's just the conversation is just like
Maybe we can do like
bothering me.
Be right back.
You can take a break if you want. I'll just stop talking and I'll just go fight and do the combat.
Like his girlfriend literally got up and left, was saying we need to take a break. You could hear tears in her voice because of what people in the chat were saying, because they are so angry about a Hogwarts Harry Potter game. There is no reason for this to be happening. People have lost all common sense, first of all, but we already know that. But they have also lost all common decency.
Before we attack each other and tear ourselves to shreds like a pack of maniacs, let's just open the sack first and see what's actually in it. It might not even be worth the trouble.
This tweet actually sums it up very well. They said, "Don't support Hogwarts Legacy. J.K. Rowling bullies communities she doesn't agree with." And then somebody said, "And what if I do play the game? We're going to bully you since we don't agree with it." So inconsistent. Even if you hate J.K. Rowling, do not take it out on the game and the developers who worked their asses off creating this thing that objectively is an incredible piece of art and entertainment. And do not attack people who have the right to spend their own money on buying and playing a game. J.K. Rowling haters.
So yeah, that's that.
Yeah, I already knew all that. Well,
So
good for reminders of it.
like, okay, as soon as I heard the male voice, and this whole thing's about like the transgender and stuff, I actually like, because of how I've conditioned myself to allow myself to like be more open-minded toward that whole thing, I was like, okay, is this a male voice, but does it belong to a transgender person? I'm like, okay, you could be a he or a she. I don't know, like, this whole thing is just, it's got me all fucked up. Like, I'm supporting it as much as I possibly can, I swear. But yeah, so what's the, like, for people that might not know listening to this, like, what's the whole deal with this whole game?
It's simply just a game where you play as your own wizard, where you play yourself as a wizard or a witch. And one argument that the trans are saying is that it's transphobic when there are literally trans characters in that game. And it's diverse as well. So that's one. So they clearly haven't played the game yet.
Right.
And one funny thing I did see, do you know Repzion? The YouTuber Repzion?
It's not making
Repzion. No.
Repzion,
Oh, okay. Okay, so he's now streaming it too. And and of course one person said, "Oh, you're supporting transphobia because you're playing this game," which has been said to literally almost everyone streaming it or playing it, recording it, so on and so forth. And then Repzion fires back, "You people who spend your whole day on smartphones are supporting child slavery because they manufacture the phones."
What?
It was just him firing shots back at him because, because that's him telling the trans people to go away.
There's no way that anything these guys are saying is factual. It's just all out of anger, pure, unneeded anger.
Rampion wasn't even being angry. Like, that was just him, "Oh yeah, right back at you," kind of thing.
So you just made up a bunch of shit just to like out of comedic relief or what?
No, like I mean, this guy wasn't angry. Like he was like that. You like, I mean, he wasn't even trying to be funny either. Well, I don't know. I just found it interesting, that comment. Anyway, I played it. Thank God I wasn't attacked. Although I could be attacked in the next stream I play, but I only have 51. Huh?
Why would you be attacked?
For playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Right, but how many people
But
know?
why?
How many people know you're playing it?
Don't know. Other than my friends, I don't know who else is playing it. But
It was
well, again, it's not just big streamers. They're literally going after anyone.
right. I don't know. I'm just thinking like as far as numbers go, like I feel the people that are more well known are prone to being attacked for it because they have a larger following, so like people look at their influence and they're like I guess that those guys are, it would make more sense if those guys were the target, but again for no reason at all, because like why does it matter if there's trans characters in there? Who cares?
I imagine that Jacksepticeye, Pokemon, Markiplier are too scared to play it, just even be labeled and what?
Oh, well, I mean, like, yeah, I can imagine so, because people are trying to fucking cancel Mr. Beast over helping people see better. Like, what? People are saying that it's demonic and shit. It's like, dude, you're just looking for shit to be pissed off at this point. Like, people are so used to shit going wrong that now they just expect it, and whenever something actually good happens, they're just like, they always look for ways to make it sound like it's a bad thing.
So let's just remind ourselves what the actual definition of transphobic here is.
Yeah.
Transphobic: having or showing a dislike of or strong prejudice against transgender people. So it's showing hate towards transgender people. How is playing a game making you transphobic?
I don't know. That's making me think of the whole Wakanda Forever thing too, with that African American lady.
Wait, who's this? The queen or the...
No. Remember?
The sister.
No, on TikTok there was that African American.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, right.
Like, you're racist if you go watch this movie. It's like, how's that racist? It's a movie.
All right. Let's look up the racist definition. Because, racist: characterized by or showing prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism against a person based on their racial or ethnic group. So again, how is going to watch a movie with with black people, how is that racist? It's not.
I mean, unless the movie is blatantly made to be racist, I don't know. But I mean, Wakanda Forever is far from fucking racist. They should watch Infinity War, where the Avengers meet them in Wakanda. There's no racism there. I mean, hell, Steve, okay, here's the thing. I saw I don't have it, but I remember watching it. It was a TikTok of somebody talking about Steve Rogers, Captain America, when in the time period that he was born in, like way back then, well before all this super tech came out. Like, in that time, racism was it was still kind of a thing. I don't want to go as far as to say segregation, but they were definitely a little more on the discriminatory side still. Like, that was still being worked out. But even like, Steve was brought into that society at that time, and just the fact that later on, when he meets Sam and Chadwick Boseman's character T'Challa, he doesn't show any sign of being racist towards them. So, you know, let that speak for itself right there. Like, there's nothing about Marvel that is racist in any way.
Yeah, no. I have a tweet I retweeted by Alex Wenzel here. If you buy Hogwarts Legacy because you're a nice player, you aren't transphobic. If you boycott the game, you're not a bad person. If you call someone transphobic for buying a game, you're an asshole. If you say you're buying a game to piss off the libs, you're an asshole too. And then there are some trans people saying that they're not transphobic, they buy it because they want to enjoy it anyway, because it's a Harry Potter game.
Right.
And they don't want to separate the art from the artist, like I've said
Exactly.
in that podcast about the Tar movie, which I'm still trying to see. Well, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Man, at least there's people out there defending the shit. Like,
Yeah, trans people as well defending it as well.
like I desperately want to know why people are so against trans people and the whole LGBTQ plus community as a whole. I will never understand. I've tried to like look into it, tried to see the history, and I always get nothing. I guess like my theory is that people are like, especially the religious people, and I'm not hating on them, so like everybody listening, you know, disregard that. But I'm just saying, because like, you know, of some religious practices or whatever, like I don't care if you're religious or whatever, but anyway, my theory is that because like those guys grew up in a certain era where there was only two genders, male and female, and that's how society was. It was just, you know, it was like that. But see, it wasn't, but that's what society wanted. They tried to make people feel like they were not allowed to be something other than what they were born with. Now, yes, that is wrong, but back then, it wasn't, or, well, no, I can't say that because I wasn't there, so, but anyway, the whole moral of this thing is, like, they were born in a time where that was normal to only have two genders, and, you know, they were silenced for so long, and they were disciplined because, you know, because, like, I mean, even in the TV show Shameless that was on Netflix, I believe it still is, they have a gay character in there, and like they did the whole thing, like, with supporting them. They did a whole episode on it, and I loved it. But yeah, no, basically, like, it goes to show that there are people out there that are struggling to come out because of how frowned upon it was back then. So now they're finally coming out, and the people that only thought that, you know, like everything was fine or whatever, like, and now they're, because of their internal beliefs about that stuff, they're disagreeing with it, because, you know, there are people out there that do not they don't react to change very well. I know people that are like that.
Today, when I went to a breakfast bar, I saw a gay couple.
Yeah.
And I had no problem with it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, speaking, there was a gay couple characters in the new M. Night Shyamalan movie, Knock at the Cabin, which was actually decent after the not-so-decent movie Old. But, one thing I found, there was one scene, it was a flashback of this gay couple who had one of their parents over. So the mother was like adapting to it, the father was just there, I can't believe this. So it's like, you're, and then one of the, so after they left, one of the gay characters brought up, it took them 7 hours to drive here, and they only stayed for 45 minutes, because they just did not agree with it at all. So it's like, it was their way. The movie was basically saying that this is just how it is right now. So, like, they're not against gay people, but they're just showing how there are still people out there who just still agree with gay people.
And a lot of it has to do with the religious practices.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole thing in itself, and we don't really have time for that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, do you have anything else you want to add in before we end this?
Say whatever you want, and screw people who are saying that you can't play it, or if you play something, you're then this person. Like, you're not. You want to enjoy a game, enjoy it.
Right.
If you want to enjoy a movie, enjoy it.
Don't be brainwashed by society. That's the whole thing.
Like, I enjoy Wakanda Forever, and that's all there is to it.
Yep. Well, you got your soda or something?
As always.
I have Prime Energy this time. I tried lemon lime and tropical punch. This is orange mango. It's actually pretty good. But yeah, anyways, thanks everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you checking out the podcast and hope you enjoy our bullshit. Feel free to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, or Google Podcasts, and subscribe to the Very Podcast YouTube channel. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, we have a Discord server you can join. Just go to our YouTube channel's About tab, and you'll find the link there. With all that said, thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bottoms up.